Good evening and welcome to OmniBros Live. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, here with my fabulous co-host, the man from near mint condition, the man that puts cranberry juice in his bourbon. That's Omar. Omar, how's it going, buddy?
You just had to mention the cranberry juice, didn't you? And it's more like bourbon in my cranberry juice, so get that shit right.
Sorry, dude.
Hey, that bourbon and cranberry juice got me through a lot of sickness this week, so I'm
Yeah,
doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing much better. My migraines have subsided. I had a 2-day migraine that was annoying as heck and very painful. But yeah, I'm back. I'm ready. I'm tanned, rested, and ready to go.
You're tanned, dude. It's like -8 degrees outside. How did you get tanned?
That's an old quote about Richard Nixon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was way before you were born.
Way
probably.
Before my time. No, not way before. So,
but I'll tell you something that
what will you tell me?
I'll tell you something that's never sick, never wrong, never tired, never angry, always positive and happy. That's always Emily at ISTinstocktrades.com. She's fabulous. Instocktrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. This weekend, starting today through February 3rd, 2019, they're having a Marvel sale where you can get extra percentages off your Marvel. And I'll be happy to tell you what Marvel titles I've already ordered because of that. Over $50 in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. The aforementioned Emily is the fabulous customer service person at InStock Trades, where they also have fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Thank you.
No, I wasn't laughing at you. You were doing wonderful. Somebody just mentioned that this live show just interrupted them watching my new video because I just published a new video about 30 minutes ago.
Oh, you did? Man.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It was totally on accident. Didn't mean to do it. Not cock blocking OmniBros, contrary to popular belief. Just because they had a live show at the best Marvel and DC runs of all time. Just kidding. What a douchebag. He stole our ideas. Gabe took my idea with the fucking glue and the binding. I'm like, what? That was my video. And he was like, you snooze, you lose. I'm like, all right, asshole. Next time you mention something on OmniBros, I'm swiping it.
So what was your topic today?
Oh, no, it was just the books that I'm getting this month. I was looking at the books that have been canceled and then the books that I'm coming up and getting and the books that are getting reprinted. So that's it.
That's a good idea.
Damn it, don't steal my idea.
I'm going to. I'll do it this Saturday.
I gave you gold with, I can't remember what it was.
Gave me gold with what?
I gave you ideas for your show.
You did? Well, I probably used them.
No, because I said it should be a new segment. We're going to call it a walk down memory lane. It's going to be how back in the day when you used to go to the comic book stores and stuff like that. Remember? Dude, we had this conversation like 5 days ago. Did that migraine screw your head up?
Are we doing the episode together?
I mean, if you want me to hold your hand, I will, but sure. Yeah, I'll do it with you.
You don't need to be that way.
Virtually holding your hand. Yes, I do.
Is it an idea for us to do together, or you want me to do walk down memory lane myself?
Jess, I just like listening to you, and I figure everybody likes listening to you, so that was the idea.
The dulcet tones of Omnidog.
There you go. That's right. You talk about, when you were growing up in the Great Depression era and how rare comic books were.
Shut up.
All right, let's get the show started because I'm gonna pull a fast one on you.
No, you're not.
Yeah, yes, I am. I don't want to talk about my favorite Marvel runs. I want to talk about and focus only on my favorite DC runs. Because I think if we do Marvel, that needs to be a show all to its own.
But I've already built it as Marvel and DC.
Oh, gosh, it's called editing. You just go in there and wipe out the Marvel. No worries. That's what Thanos did. Sorry.
Thanos, as written by Lane Wayne.
Assholes. Okay. We're also, by the way, forgot to mention, we're giving a gift card in this episode. Giving a $50 gift card to InStock Trades. So keep watching. Keep tuned. Jess is going to ask you guys a question, and he'll come up with some kind of rules like he always does last second. All right. So
this is all DC?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what you've got. And you've got 10, and I'm sure I can come up with some.
Yeah, all right. Good. These are our favorite runs.
Way to fuck it up, Omar. Jesus, you sound like my wife. All right, go ahead.
What?
Chris Davis in the chat.
Way to fuck it up, Omar.
Wait, no Marvel unsubscribe. All right. No obscure questions, Jazz. That's one thing that somebody said.
Yeah, Puff Puff Comics said that.
ETL, really? DC, what?
Nobody
Come on.
See, you should have done Marvel. We could have just had 5 each, and it would have been fine.
Bless. All right, fine. Fuck it. We'll do it again. I'll do Marvel. You do your DC. I'll do Marvel. This is what happens when we're off our game for a week. All right, fine. I'll do Marvel. I'll come up with some bullshit in my head. Go ahead.
Well, you can start with Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan, right? That's a great run.
Yeah, but I didn't think about this. I don't know if I put it in my top 10. But yes, Brian K. Vaughan's Runaways. Wonderful. I love that run. So much so that I triple dipped. I used to have the single issues, bought the oversized hardcovers, and got the omnibus. I am that kind of fucking fool.
You have, wow, you still have the oversized hardcovers and the omnibus?
As a matter of fact, I think I do. I may have sold them. I can't remember, but I do have the omnibus because I found it on sale at InStockTrades.com. I think it was like at 60% off or something last year.
I kept my oversized hardcovers, and I still haven't read it. That's why I was looking forward to you telling me how great it is.
It is. It's amazing. Oh, there's my boy Lane Wayne. God damn it, you summoned him. We have a very rare appearance from Oracle 684 in the chat tonight because of the school district they work in. Closed down today and yesterday due to the super cold weather conditions. Yeah, my kids have been home for like a couple of days. It's weird.
Yeah, it's very cold here. It was 9 degrees when I woke up this morning. There are chunks of ice on the Potomac River. And for that to happen, it's got to be cold. Okay. So you're going to do Marvel, and
I guess fucking so. Yep, doing Marvel.
I can come up with some ideas for Marvel if you don't have any. I haven't, but see, that's why I was looking forward to this, because I know DC much better than I do Marvel, so I was looking forward to your ideas.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment. Sure, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, DC, you're not counting any Vertigo, right? See, I wanted to do DC with you because I wanted to see what we shared and what kind of books I would.
I'd say about 90% of it's Vertigo.
Oh God, nobody wants to hear that, man. It's not a Vertigo list. This is DC. Man, I realize we have been arguing for like the last 10 minutes. All right, kick off the list.
What happened to you in your childhood to make you this way?
I grew up in a third world country where I used to play with cornhusk and imagine they were toys. You want to go deep down into the psyche of Omar? Sure.
Jiminy crickets.
That's the start. All right, kick it off. DC, what do you got?
Okay, my favorite runs from DC. It used to be, as far as Batman goes, it used to be the Scott Snyder run, because he not only gave us an extremely twisted Joker, but he also gave us the Court of Owls. Greg Capullo's art is fabulous throughout, and he gave us a deeply dark Batman that was constantly tormented primarily by the Joker, and I loved this run of Batman the most until Tom King's Batman. And this is not the best representation of it because it's Gotham and Gotham Girl, which a lot of people didn't like, but it started out just amazing to me, this run where he starts out, jetpacks up to an airliner that's been blown apart. The back end of it's off, and Batman gets up onto the plane and starts steering the plane down. And the part that got to me was when he was talking to Alfred, and let's see, where he said, Alfred, would mother and father, would they have been proud? Yes, Master Bruce, they would have been proud. It is certainly a good death. And I mean, that starts out the best Batman run. I have been reading it consistently. I just read volume 3, which was the date, had the date between Clark and Lois and Bruce and Catwoman, which was awesome. It had an awesome Poison Ivy arc in it. Tom King's Batman, to me now, this run is my favorite Batman run because it's not showing a lighter side, but it's showing a little bit more human side. Not lighter, but he's human and not quite as worried about being perfect, but he's letting his guard down. He's letting his guard down a little bit, and especially with Catwoman. And I just think the world of this Tom King Batman run, and it's not halfway done yet. So I'm pretty darn excited with that particular run of Batman.
Okay. I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
You're just doing Marvel.
Ah, damn it! See, this is why I wanted to do DC.
Go ahead and disagree with me. That's fine.
I'm just kidding. And because I really don't know how that run is going to end, right? I don't know how Tom King.
That's true.
It could go to shit. That's why I was like, well, I'll leave. I would have left that off my list. I definitely included the Snyder and Capullo run though, because I thought that was such a great new take on Batman, and to me is equal to what I think Chris Claremont and Jim Lee did. So that's where I'm going to start, and that is of course X-Men. Yeah. In the years,
I hate to interrupt, but they're saying that my connection is bad.
It is. It is. I can hear you fine. Can you guys hear him just fine though? You're really pixelated and yeah, really laggy.
Let me see if it changes if I move maybe closer to the. Maybe if I go upstairs, let's see if I get a better reception if I go upstairs.
Sure. You want to give everybody a house tour and show them your social security cards and.
My audio is good, but yeah, my social security card. Let's see if I go up right next to the Wi-Fi, if that helps. Otherwise, I don't really know what to do because I can't sign out or that ends the broadcast.
Yeah, you can't sign out. But people can still hear you. Your audio is superb.
Is this improving at all?
No, but I feel like I'm watching a horror movie and something's about to jump on your back.
How about up here? Does this work better? Hello.
I can hear you fine. No, I don't think it does, but this is another area where Jess keeps his books. So I don't know, man. I think it's just internet speed because of the frozen cables. Sure. There you go. IT talk. So yeah, Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. And I say Jim Lee first because that's probably what drew a lot of people to buying that book, his art. And I'm not going to forget Scott Williams because that was the inker. But by issue 270, I want to say 272, 273, Jim Lee was co-plotting those issues of X-Men with Chris Claremont. So much so that he got his own title in X-Men 1 when it was relaunched in 1991. Best-selling comic book of all time. And for a reason. So yes, that run is superb. It's full on 90s, but God, it's so awesome, and it's my childhood. But that's where I'm going to kick off my run. I'll think about other, greater runs, but I think that's where I would kick it off because I think I compared it to what Snyder and Capullo did with Batman. Are you just going to walk the whole time?
Yeah, well, I might as well go back downstairs. Kristan is saying that I can sign out and sign back in. That Fariha has done. Fariha has done it before, where she signs out and the other girls just keep the you guys just keep it going till I sign back in. You want me to try that?
Okay, I don't know. I've never done that. She's saying that if you sign out, I'm going to stay here?
You can sign out if you need to, Jess. Fariha has done it when she has started the shows, and it keeps going. Gosh, I don't know that that's really true. Really, Kristan? Are you sure about that?
Everybody's waiting for the gift card. They're like, man, we don't give a shit what Jess looks like. Just give me a damn gift card. It looks a little bit better, Jess.
It does look better?
It looks a little bit better. I think so.
Okay. Well, I'll go back to where my books are. Back to the Batcave. I'm sorry, guys. It looks fine to me. The camera looks fine to me, and
those are not boxes of lemonade, Lane Wayne. Those are Girl Scout cookies. That's my life. Girl Scout troop leader, bitches.
Okay, it looks better now. People are saying maybe I just needed to walk it around.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way internet works.
Okay. I just walked the internet and cleared the bugs out of it.
I should interest you in some land too that I could sell you in Nigeria.
Okay, let's see. I will pick Fables. I loved Fables. It's 15 hardcovers, and this deals with what they call we are the mundanes, and they are the Storyland characters, Fabletown characters. You got Snow White, Red Riding Hood, Big Bad Wolf, Goldilocks, Little Boy Blue, and I personally found every issue compelling. I loved all. I didn't think the quality dipped at all, except for the Great Fables crossover. I thought that was kind of weak. Didn't really dig the crossover, but they deal with Fabletown has to relocate to a special magical section of New York City. It deals with a lot of mythology. A lot of your favorite characters are going to be in this book. Baba Yaga, all kinds of witches. Cinderella is a spy, and she's a great spy. The art is really good throughout. You have to deal with the mayor of Fabletown, and you have to deal with shoot, what's he called?
The Dark Lord, or
he's called. Now I can't remember what he is. He's the
Arch. Shit, Jess.
I know now. I can't remember what he's called. The big bad guy.
You don't want to give away who it is. The Arch Nemesis. God damn it! What is it? It's something like Arch Nemesis. I don't know. Omar, talk pretty one day. I got nothing, man. I got nothing, Jess. You look good though.
Oh well, that's good. That's what counts.
Of course.
Anyway. I love this story. I love everything
Adversary.
about it.
Thank you for Jelly.
The adversary.
I said Arch Nemesis. I was a lot closer than Jess was. The bad guy.
The big bad guy. Yeah, that's what I came up with. 3 little pigs are in it. I don't know. They just create so many interesting, compelling stories with this throughout the whole 15 books, and they're beautifully presented in deluxe editions. I loved Fables from the beginning to the end. I thought it ended well. I did not care for the Great Fables crossover, and I'm not a big fan of Jack of Fables, although I'm probably going to end up, because I've got a touch of Omar in me, the completionist.
Whoa. Let's rephrase
that. Take it easy. I've got a bit of completionist in me where I want to get Jack of Fables, even though I know it sucks. But Fables, I just thought was extremely interesting, well thought out, well written. The children of the Big Bad Wolf, how they turn into the Cubs, and how what the Cubs become. Big Bad Wolf's father. it's really remarkable how everything is tied together. And supposedly Bill Willingham's politics are somehow in this book. If they are, it completely went over my head. I never picked up on any political slant whatsoever. Maybe you guys out there did. If so, I don't know what to tell you. I really dug Fables from beginning to end and think that it is one of my all-time favorite books.
Wow. Okay. Where do I go from Fables? I'm going to go with Kurt Busiek and George Perez's Avengers. It's one of my favorite runs. Oh, God. To me, it is the definition of what an Avengers book should be. There's 2 Omnis, by the way, lots of trades, Ultimate Collections, and oversized hardcovers. Kurt Busiek is just notorious for being one of those writers that can jump in on any book and know every bit of history. And it's really difficult to find people like that. Mark Waid and Peter David, of course, can do the same. But my God, what he did with Avengers, he did so much so that he was able to fix a lot of the bad things. Like, this is, to me, is the definition of what a good retcon is, and that is Avengers Forever. It's where he goes back. It's a time traveling story, but he fixes a lot of weird retcon, or he does retconning in the positive way, like explaining why things happen, why characters acted out of character. So if you weren't a fan of The Crossing, God, I don't know why, he goes into detail as to why Tony Stark was acting that way. It's wonderful. If you have not read it, I highly recommend it. But there we go. That's where I'm going to go. Kurt Busiek and George Perez's Avengers.
Okie doke.
You said you were going to be short. You're like, I'm going to be really short. I can go through 10 really quick. And I'm like, okay.
Okay, I will be. I'll be really short on this one because everybody already knows about it. Preacher.
Never heard of that book. What is it about?
First of all, it's got amazing art by the late, great Steve Dillon. The preferred format for a lot of people, I've got the standard size ones, but a lot of people like the absolutes. Jesse Custer is a minister who gets possessed by Genesis, a creature born of the spawn of an angel and a demon, and gives Jesse Custer almost as much power as God himself. Jesse Custer sets out with Tulip and a vampire named Cassidy. Tulip's an assassin, and they go on a search for God, and they meet Arseface and all kinds of other people on this journey. And Preacher is just, it's so blasphemous and so counterculture. It's just so in your face. It's a finger in the eye of the establishment. It's remarkable that it got published, I think. And I loved Preacher. I need to do another reread of it because I loved it so much. There, I kept that one short. Preacher, another Vertigo book. Like,
okay,
all of them.
Awesome. Well, I mentioned him earlier, so I'm going to go with Peter David. There are 2 runs that I really enjoy that he worked on, but if I had to choose one, it would be his Incredible Hulk. And that's crazy because I'm an X-Men guy, but I would choose that over his X-Factor run, and his second X-Factor run too. I think he did something amazing with the character that I don't think any other writer was able to do. He's one of the writers that got me interested in the character. Because to me, as a kid, I was like, I don't even know why people read comic books about the Hulk because he's so one-dimensional. He's pretty, bare bones easy. And I had tried to get into the character a few times before, like during Mantlow's run. But Peter David is the guy that brought me in, and he kept me there, and he kept me reading every single one of those issues. So much so that the last issue I gave up, I gave up comic books after Onslaught. I'm like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. The last issue I bought was the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. And then I took off. I was like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah, that was the last comic book I bought before I came back. So, yep, Peter David. Why the hell don't we have Omnis? I don't know.
My next choice would be, book that I bought right when it came out on the newsstand back in 1988, before some of you were born. I'm aware of that. I read issues 1 through 300 and sold them. So now I'm recollecting them in trade. That is Hellblazer.
Oh.
I loved Hellblazer. John Constantine.
Oh, you pulled up Paul Jenkins' run. I think that was one of my least favorite runs on Hellblazer.
I just grabbed a book.
Sure.
Just grabbed a Hellblazer book. But actually, that's a good point. That a lot of people. This is one of those interesting runs that had a wide variety of artists and writers writing the same characters. So you never really had. You always found something new about John Constantine when a new writer came on board. You didn't like Paul Jenkins' run. That is, of course, your prerogative.
That is.
This is like Fables to me, where a lot of people didn't like so and so's run. So they felt the quality dipped. I loved every issue from 1 to 300. I just found John Constantine to be one of the most remarkably unlikable characters that I could not stop reading about. It deals with fantasy and ritual and the occult in a way that I had never seen done before. The issues, I don't have it in front of me. It is let's see. It's the one where they based the movie off of, the Constantine movie, where
I've never seen it.
Okay. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Keanu using where he learns he's dying of cigarette smoke, and he has to figure a way out of dying because he knows he's going straight to hell. And that story arc is amazing.
I'm with you. I think it's one of the greatest, and I would hold that initial 300 issue run as some of the best comic books ever. Anything when they put him into the DC universe, I think they really did a disservice to the character whenever they put him into the DC universe. And I know, Justice League Dark and stuff like that was kind of cool, but I liked Constantine the way he was in Hellblazer.
I agree with that completely. They have a hard time, especially Rebirth. It seems very tone deaf to me. The Hellblazer they've got going on in Rebirth. I'm not a fan of it, but I am looking forward to rereading all of these. These are nice thick trades. I have a bunch of the old ones too. But Dangerous Habits is the name of that one where he's dying of cigarettes and has to trick the devil. But he deals with the devil a lot. He deals with going to hell a lot. He deals with demons an awful lot. And Nergal is one of his favorite demons that he deals with. I just loved Hellblazer. I love the occult. I loved how really towards the end they made him just about as despicable as possible, and still kept my interest. For some reason, I was still rooting for him, even though he is completely despicable. Then I don't remember this in the Hellblazer series, but in Rebirth, they've made him bisexual. So now he can screw over two genders. Not only can he just be awful to women, but he's awful to men too. So I think that's an interesting twist. But I liked every single arc of this book, and I liked Hellblazer a hell of a lot. That's my take on Hellblazer.
That's a great choice. I like that book too, man. Great series. But we were talking about runs, huh? So you were talking about all 300 issues of Hellblazer, or did you have a particular run that you enjoyed?
The whole run I enjoyed.
That's cheating!
1 through 300? I said I loved all of Fables, books 1 through 150.
I thought we were talking about creators' runs.
We can do whatever you want, Omar.
Oh, okay.
Well, whatever you want.
If that's the case, I'm going to choose X-Men 1 through 700.
That's
Best
fine.
book ever written, bar none. Fight me. No, I'm gonna keep to the game, and I'm gonna go with DNA's Cosmic Saga. I know you haven't read it, so I'm not gonna dive into
I haven't. Tell me about it.
So one of the editors came over from DC, and I remember making fun of this idea. It was right after Infinite Crisis. I mean, you remember how Infinite Crisis was set up by 4 ongoing miniseries? The Ranthanagar War, what was it? The Shadow Pack. I can't even remember what they were called. So that editor that was in charge of that went over to, I think, was it Steve Wacker? I can't remember who the editor was, but he came over to Marvel with the same idea, but it was for comic books. They were like, okay, we're going to start a miniseries of Silver Surfer and Nova and who else was it? Hell, I can't, Super Skrull and what's his name? Ronan, the Accuser. And we're going to have all these kick off, like it's going to kick off the event. It's going to be called Annihilation. The 4 miniseries will all lead to this miniseries called Annihilation. And I was like, this is stupid. This is the same thing that they just did at DC. Why the hell am I going to buy into this? But it fucking worked because it was such a great ride. And by the time, I don't know that DNA didn't start it, but by the time they came on board, I was hooked from beginning to end, all the way up until the Thanos Imperative. It is some of the best comic books ever written, not just in the Cosmic Saga, but just comic books in general. It's up there to me as some of my favorite books ever, with like Flash by Jeff Johns and Claremont's X-Men. It's great. So if I know you haven't read it, you are in for a treat, and I'm very envious of you reading it for the first time.
Now, when does DNA start in that Cosmic Saga?
I want to say they do some of Annihilation. They're in it. They do the Nova stuff. But Annihilation, by the time you get to Annihilation Conquest, that's all them. They are doing everything from Annihilation Conquest on. You're in for a treat, man. Okay,
good. Yeah, because I'm almost done with Annihilation. I'm doing a review of it day after tomorrow. And I heard it gets even better than Annihilation, that Annihilation Conquest is supposed to be just fantastic.
I liked it better, but a lot of people like Annihilation more. So well, I can see why.
I'll give you a mini review right now. I'm not digging Annihilation that much.
Oh, you're not? Well, you go to hell.
I'm really looking forward to Annihilation Conquest.
You don't deserve the real Annihilation Conquest if you're not hooked on Annihilation. You give those omnibuses away to somebody that cares.
It's yeah. I mean I'll get into it. By Conquest. It's just a lot of characters that I have had no connection with previously, so it's a lot of new stuff being thrown at me. That's probably what the issue is.
Wow, there's a lot of hate going on in the chat. I hated Annihilation and Conquest both. I respect that guy, so I can't boot him out. But this Lane Wayne guy, man, he's got another couple comments before he's booted. Marvel Cosmic is overrated.
Lane Wayne.
That
guy. Okay, so the next one I read back in singles in the 90s, and I'm due to and this is about all 6 Omnis of it. Okay. So because it's a run, that's what I thought we were doing. But I really dug from the beginning the idea of Starman.
You bastard. You bastard. That was one of mine if we were doing DC. I was going to fight you for it.
Well, you can chime in on this. I love that he was a collector, that he owned a collectibles pop culture shop, that he took the mantle of his father, the interesting cosmic characters that came into it, how he was... I just loved everything about Starman. I thought it was just remarkably well done. I was not a big fan of the art. The art grew on me. Tony Harris's, that's kind of his early art, I would guess. It grew on me, but I really dug the way Jack Knight took the mantle of his father, and the way Shade was portrayed, and 1 through 6 I thought was just strong all the way through. This is another book I'm due to reread since I haven't read it since the 90s. But is this Vertigo? No, it's DC, so it counts.
It counts if it's Vertigo too, apparently.
That's right.
I can't speak highly enough of Starman. I love that run.
Go ahead and let's hear your opinion.
It's probably one of the most important comic books to me. I fell in love with it, like you said, back in the 90s. One of the last few books I read before saying goodbye to comics for a while. And when I came back, I bought the trade paperbacks because I remember enjoying that run so much, and then upgraded to the quote-unquote omnibuses, as they were called back then. So I have those 6 hardcovers as well. I'm hoping DC gets smart one day and releases proper omnis. All we need is 2. And they actually put the Shade miniseries at the end of the second omnibus. Shit. Man, that's some of the best comic book storytelling, some of the best characters, some of the best dialogues and moments happen in those books. I love it. I can't speak high enough of it. So, yeah, definitely would have made my list. Was on my list before you made me do Marvel. So, Marvel. Back to Marvel. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to use this guy's run. It's John Byrne's Alpha Flight.
Oh, wow.
John Byrne's Alpha Flight in the first 30, I can't remember. He did like the first, I don't even know if he made it to 30, 31, 32, whatever his omnibus is. He did some experimental stuff in there that was, for the time, way ahead of its time. Like the Snowblind issue, where I know it's like a lot of people called it lazy, but where they get, what's her name? Snowblind, whatever the hell her name is. The white girl with blonde hair that turns into a bird. She gets stuck in a snowstorm and the panels turn white because that's what it feels like, you know? So there's just word bubbles. So there is comic books with splash pages. And then issue 12, like, was one of the most holy shit moments in comic book history. I know for me as a kid, I did not expect that to be happening when they kill off one of the major characters. But that was some great, and Aurora, who I still have a mad crush on because she's crazy as fuck. But yeah, I love those John Byrne Alpha Flights. Very underrated. I don't hear a lot of people talk about them, honestly. You're on, buddy.
Yeah, well, they're saying my connection sucks again. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. Since I started the show, I can't sign off and come back on because that would end the show. I don't know how to do what Kristan's saying. So
no. Kristan got on the chat and Fariha confirmed that you can do that.
But I can do that?
Yeah, you can do that. But before you do that, just in case you can't, let's go ahead and give away that gift card.
Okay.
Okay? All right, guys.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. Just a second. Yada da 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 da. Google Chrome.
Just call AOL and yell. That might be the best code. Give that guy the gift card. Who said that?
Chris Davis. AOL. Oh yeah, I am really laggy. I see I see it on the YouTube connection. It's really bad.
I see.
Wow, I'm sorry, guys. I see it on the YouTube connection there.
All right, Jess. What is your question, or how are we doing this? How are we doing the giveaway?
Okay, just a sec. I'm going to go to Chrome, and I want to... Can you still see me?
I still see you, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to... no, this is not what I want to do.
I think the winner should be able to fix your connection. That's what the winner... That's how you win the gift card. You got to fix Jess's connection. Dead air. All right, I'll talk.
Okay, no, that's all right. I'm going to the Omnibroslive at gmail.com. Let me get to Gmail. Okay, omnibroslive@gmail.com. If you have not won an IST gift card in the past, this is a $50 gift card to IST. Let's see. What would be a good question for me to ask?
I don't know. Sounds like
I
you've had
can't.
all month to think about it.
Well, in the past, I've just limited it to the first 20 to send in their names, and I do a random number generator, which is what I'll do. Kristan, I do believe you. I just don't know what to do. After we give away the gift card, I'll try signing out and signing back in. But first, we're going to give away the gift card. Send in your name and the email address that you use for IST. The email address that you use for IST to omnibroslive@gmail.com. I'll take the first 20 and then just do a random number generator between 1 through 20. So there we go. Send in your name, please. Peace and love, peace and love. You can't have won before. I know who's won, and so if you send in your name and you've already won, I'm going to kick you out because Andrew Zachariah, I know you've already won before.
Are you calling people out?
Yeah, I am. He was one of the first winners. Stop it, Andrew. Yeah, and I will give the gift card away to 1 through 20.
Okay, now go do whatever Kristan said to do.
Well, Kristan, what am I doing? Am I just ending the broadcast and signing back in? God.
Are we doing a 2K giveaway soon? That's a good question.
That's Monday.
What?
That's this Monday.
Oh, yeah, we are. Totally. We're giving stuff away. All right. So,
ColecoVision. Lionheart says I'm on ColecoVision graphics.
Okay. So good luck to the first 20 people that have emailed. And
yep. Peace and love. I have 20 people. And we have, let's see. Okay, we have 20 people now. So I will do the random number generator. Yada-dee, yada-da. Oh boy, that really is a bad connection. I'm so sorry, everybody. Random number generator.
And hopefully
generate number. Oh, okay, got my number.
All right, what do you got, Jess? Talk to us.
It is Hector Reyes. Hector Reyes, you have won the IST gift card. Is that your IST email address, Hector? Hector.
Okay, so Fariha says I can start the show with on the channel. The broadcast continues if I lose internet connection. Also, Jess knows this. When he and I did a show, his connection went away, but the broadcast continued, and she didn't know. Apparently, she did something embarrassing while you were away.
What? Okay, so what am I doing? I'm just going to end the broadcast or just restart?
Sure. Yeah. You know what? People got the gift card, and congratulations, Hector. Good job. Thank you for chiming in. For Jelly. Yep. So he could leave the broadcast while it's going and come back, and it doesn't end. So apparently you can leave the broadcast and come back.
Okay.
All right. So wish Jess luck. Maybe I'll be here. Maybe I won't. We'll find out really quick.
And then what do I guess I'll post, and if it doesn't work, I'll post in.
Well, I will tell
I
you
don't
what,
get how
if it doesn't work, people are gonna find out really quick. Leave Google Hangouts and come back is what Kristan is saying.
leave Google Hangouts and come back. All
Yep.
right.
All right. You got this?
Okay, bye.
Bye, Jess. Let's see how this works. Am I still here? Okay, Jess is gone. It's the Omar show. Fuck yeah. Is anybody still watching? Is this still working? Am I still on? Well, it says I'm live, so that's good. That's good. How's everybody doing? Good friends. The show's over. The show's still going on. I'm still here. What's up, everybody? It's the Omar show starring Omar. Let's see how many comic book creator names he can mispronounce. Because English is his second language. Time to break out those cookies. I do gotta put these damn. I am the Girl Scout troop leader, so I gotta get these damn things shipped off to people. You know, back in the day, you used to be able to sell these things on eBay and mark them up a little bit. You know, a few more bucks when you sell them when they're off season, just in case. I didn't say I would do it, but just saying it's possible. So, what were we talking about? We were talking about comic book runs. That's right. So I really misunderstood what Jess was saying. Hey, there you are.
Is it any better?
No, but we lost like 50 people. There's only 6 people watching.
My connection's not better?
I don't see it. Does anybody else think his connection's better?
Oh, shit. I wonder if I need to unplug my router and start it back up.
Yeah, let's not do that tonight. Show's almost over. Your voice sounds fine.
Okay.
But you probably should have listened to Kristan like an hour ago.
I'm sorry, Kristan. I suck. I'm so sorry.
All right. Somehow we still managed to hang on to 78 people, so thank you all for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. And don't forget to tune in every month for that chance at a $50 gift card from In Stock Trades.
I know you told me to restart my router, but we're towards the end of the show. So I think Omar and I are just like, whatever.
Omar's always been like, whatever. But
yeah, you're so easygoing.
Fuck you, Gabe. Can I time Gabe out? That'll be the first person I time out because I'm an easygoing guy. I don't give a shit what people say in the chat. Let me see. God damn it. I can block him, but I can't time him out.
Yeah, Kristan did just yell at me.
Hector Omar says Latino as I am. I am Latino. I was in an all Latino comic book talk. Man, that was hard. I had to use words I ain't fucking used in like 30 years. Like super hombre.
I'm looking at me. I think I look better. It's not as laggy.
No, you look like shit.
I know I don't look good, but it's not as laggy.
No. Your connection did. Now it looks solid. You're good now.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back. Okay, let's finish out this run because we got 10 minutes. Do it, Jess. What's your next run?
This one I don't have to talk about very much because it's historic. Everybody owns it. Everybody loves it. Everybody can't wait to get it in absolute form. Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. I'm not sure I'm upgrading it. This will trigger Lane Wayne because I'm not a fan of the art that much, and I don't know if I wanted an oversized pages, but I'm a huge fan of the story. He rewrote an entire character and made him into one of the most important characters in the DC universe through an amazingly creative process. And he even has like psychedelic yams that grow on his back. Swamp Thing is just amazing. And Alan Moore redid the entire mythos of Swamp Thing and changed him from a secondary character to a main player in a brilliant way. So there, I kept it short.
No, that was good. And also, let's not forget, he introduced us to John Constantine too. He did do that
Right.
little small world a favor. Okay, man, who the hell do I choose for? I'm
How
thinking
about
of Spider-Man, right? So I'm Spider-Man. I'm gonna go.
oh,
I'm gonna go with classic Stan Lee. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna go with Stan Lee and John Romita instead of Steve Ditko, and I love that run. But I think Stan Lee and John Romita was just that had everything I wanted in a comic book, and it introduced a lot of things that a lot of comic books still use to this day. A lot of tropes, if you will. So if I had to choose one run, I can't believe I didn't choose McFarlane and David Michelini, but yeah, Stan Lee and John Romita. Continue, sir.
I would pick next Jeff Johns' Green Lantern, specifically the second omnibus art where he introduces the spectrum. When I first heard about this, I remember where I was. I was with a comic book fan. She and I met in an AA meeting. We were talking about comic books in AA.
Isn't that Fariha?
As
You met Fariha at an AA meeting?
No. This was 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I met a fellow comic book fan. It was a girl. It wasn't Faria. I've
You were
only
cutting
known
out a
Faria
little bit.
like
Okay,
a
my
year.
bad.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
My
No, Faria is doesn't even drink, to my knowledge. But she told me that there was going to be all new colors of rings and all new emotions, and I said, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard of. I never want to read that book. Well, of course, I was happy to be proved wrong. Jeff Johns did an amazing job creating a whole new panoply of characters that went along the emotional spectrum. The Red Lanterns, God, the Red Lanterns are so great. I don't need to name all the lanterns. I love Larfleeze; he's so great. I love the purple lanterns. I love the passionate ones. I love everything. Hope completely rewrote Green Lantern, the Lantern mythos, and did a brilliant job of it. And I'm so happy to be wrong. This Jeff Johns Green Lantern run was nothing short of remarkable, with remarkable art, remarkable coloring, and made me fall in love with Green Lantern all over again.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, me too. That's all I'll say. But if I had to choose one Jeff Johns book out of DC, it would be JSA. That's just me. And
Okay.
So for my next trick, I'm gonna go with my favorite character, and that is Wolverine. Now, this is something like I know people hold Jason Aaron's run, up on a pedestal, which his run is phenomenal. I really do enjoy it, especially his Wolverine and the X-Men. But I think if I had to choose a writer and an artist to represent Wolverine and what I really enjoyed, and this was tough, I would go with Larry Hama and Mark Silvestri. Those years of Wolverine were completely amazing. The whole thing with the beginning with the Yakuza and all the way into the Return of Weapon X. And I'm not going to talk about those years later on where he becomes like a fucking troll because he loses his adamantium and his nose, whatever. But those beginning 4 or 5 years of Larry Hama's run, mostly with Mark Silvestri, those first 2 years, just pure brilliance and made me fall in love with the character so much more. I think it is the definitive Wolverine run. I love that run. And that run also gets no love. Like, there's 3 classic trade paperbacks, and that's about it.
Let me ask you a Marvel question. What are you going to be talking about Fantastic Four at all?
If there's time, yeah. Why?
Because I'm interested in what your favorite Fantastic Four run is. So I'll keep mine short. I'll pick another classic that needs no doesn't need to be talked about at all because everybody knows how it's great. Sandman. I have it in omnibus form. I love this from beginning to end. This is a book that I picked up in 1988 or 87, whenever it first came out. And I bought it because I thought the cover was cool. So I bought the first 5 because the covers were really cool by Dave McKean. And then I read it and I fell in love with it. And it just got better and better and better, dealing with Morpheus' dream and his kingdom. Everything's already been said about Sandman, how it's a classic and one of the best things you can ever read. So I will keep it short, but Sandman definitely is one of my all-time favorite runs. And that leaves you plenty of time to talk about your favorite Fantastic Four run.
I agree. Sandman's wonderful. This was a tough choice again, because it's either up there with John Byrne, but I would have to choose Wade and Ringo's run.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah, that's I don't know. It's perfect. It's great. It has everything, and it's good for new readers. And I can't wait to reread it. I'm trying to sneak it into our old reader, new readers. So yeah. Oh, and that omnibus just came out because some of those hardcovers have been out of print. And if you've never read it, I strongly recommend it. It's a wonderful book. Has a lot of heart.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, Jack, you know, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's run. Those are up there. Those 3.
Yeah, no, you're a huge fan of John Byrne's run too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. Especially that second omnibus, man. It's wonderful. You got any more? I can talk about one more book, one more run, and I mean,
okay.
I got a lot of runs, but one more run just to sum up what
I wanted to talk about Scalped, but I haven't read it in so long that I couldn't talk about it coherently. I loved Scalped, but instead I chose Why the Last Man. And I have this in deluxe. The absolutes I don't think are worth the upgrade because they don't come with any extras whatsoever. But this is when Yorick is the last man. I'm in town. Last man in town.
in town.
He's the last man in town. Yorick and his pet monkey Ampersand are the last men on Earth after some plague wipes out everybody with a Y chromosome. Societies around the world quickly break down and become matriarchal and become tribal in some cases. And it's a very interesting take by Brian K. Vaughan. I think it's one of the best things he's ever written. He does not have a problem getting specific gender, dealing with gender issues whatsoever. He's hard hitting. He punches right where he needs to punch regarding the relationship between men and women, what women could be like if there were no men around, and how they deal with that. Meanwhile, Yorick is trying to find his girlfriend on the other side of the world while he's either being captured or trying to be killed. They're trying to capture him or kill him. So I loved everything about Why the Last Man, and I think it's one of Brian K. Vaughan. To me, I don't know that I've read anything bad by him. He's one of those writers that I love just about everything. I'm looking at Paper Girls right now, and I think that's a very interesting book. But I think Why is right up there with Saga as far as books that Brian K. Vaughan has written.
I agree. It's both made my top 20 non-superhero books, Why and Saga. But it was hard to put Saga up there because Saga's not over. So it could end horribly, but based on his track record, I doubt it, you know.
Yeah, some people had a problem with the ending of Why. I did not. I loved it.
I absolutely thought it was the only way that book could end. But
I thought so too.
My boy Lane Wayne or Psycho Cleveland is right. Deadly Class is killing it on Sci-Fi. I watched the first 2 episodes, man.
Oh,
Solid.
I can finally watch it. I finally finished Legion, and now I can turn my attention to something else.
So to wrap up everything, as far as Marvel best runs, I'm gonna go with the obvious answer, and that is Chris Claremont and John Byrne's Uncanny X-Men. It got no better than that. That was everything I love about comic books comes from those stories. Space opera, dinosaurs, hot women, badass motherfucking dudes with claws ripping up bad guys. That's comic books. That's what it was to me as a kid. And it got no better than Uncanny X-Men by Chris Claremont and John Byrne. And Terry Austin. I can't forget Terry Austin because he was crucial to that John Byrne artwork. So, yeah.
Was he the inker?
He's the tracer. Yes, he was the inker.
X-Men before Chris Claremont took it over was just a bunch of reprints and about to be canceled, wasn't it? Didn't he pretty much single-handedly revive the whole franchise, the whole series?
Yes. I mean, he didn't write Giant Size 1, but he came on board with like 96. So 95, 96. He was doing those issues. So, yeah. I mean, he was there from the beginning. He was X-Men. He was 17 years of X-Men. So Chris Claremont, to me, is my childhood. He's one of the biggest influences in my life. So I love that man.
What year did that start? That 17-year run?
75.
75. Okay, earlier than I thought.
Yeah, 1975. Wrote all the way up until 1992, and then came back, left, and then came back again, and now Marvel just pays him money for I don't know what, but he's still part of it there. Lane Wayne revitalized the X-Men. He's not wrong. He did. He wrote that John Size. All right, man. So that's my last second put together list.
I think you did well. That's only you could do that. You and Ryley are probably the only ones that could pull that off. I mean, I had to have the books in front of me, looking at the artwork to remember the stories, and you just pulled them out of the air, and that's really amazing. I think
I got my books around me. I can look.
Yeah, I know, but I need to flip through the books, and you just pulled. I don't know. You and Ryley are like encyclopedias, and I think you're like Wikipedia when it comes to comics. Your memory is remarkable.
I'm Wikipedia, meaning anybody can edit my brain and make it truth.
That is, of course, not what I meant at all.
I know. Kidding.
But they know what they're talking about at InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. This weekend, starting today through February 3rd, 2019, they're having a Marvel and Dark Horse sale. The Marvel books I bought were Spider-Man Worldwide 2 and 3 and the Red Goblin arc. And it's weird because I was telling the Omnipups yesterday I really need a Marvel sale because I really need these Spider-Man OHC. And boom, IST did it. So thank you, IST, for doing that. Over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, who also sponsored the $50 gift card that Hector Reyes won.
Congratulations again, Hector.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir. All right. So, is that it?
I think so.
Is that it? Okay.
And
all
I
right.
apologize to everybody for my connection. I have no idea what went wrong. And I apologize to Kristan. I should have restarted my router, and I blame myself. Kristan, I apologize to you for not following your advice. And thank you. Go Rams. Peace and love, everybody. Good night. Thank you.
Hey, where can they find me? Oh, I don't know. My show.
Omar, where can they find you?
Fuck me. I don't know. My show called Your Mint Condition. That's it. My channel, Your Mint Condition. You can find me there. But also on this channel. And wait, where can they find you, Jess?
They can find me on Omnidog's Vault, where hopefully I'll have a better connection on YouTube. And today I posted something on Instagram under Omnidogs_Vault. So now, can I end the show?
Now you can end the show.
Peace and love, everybody. Good night.